Alright, so the first example is going to be a multi-step equation with distributive property. So you need to distribute the 8 throughout the parentheses and multiply them. So 8 times 2 is going to be 16x. And then 8 times 1 is going to be 8. So it would be 16x plus 8. And then you put the equals 40. And then you just solve the multi-step equation, which you would cancel that out with subtracting instead of adding the 8. So it cancels out on that side, but subtract the 8 on both sides so you can get the 40 down to 32. Subtract it on both sides, cancel that out, so you have 16x equals 40 minus 8 is 32. So then to cancel the 16x out, you need to divide it since it is multiplication. So you need to divide it to cancel it out to get the x by itself. So you would do 16 divided by 32. Cancel those two out, bring the x down, and then that would equal 2. That would be your answer, x equals 2. The next example is solving an equation on both sides with combining like terms. So first step is combining the two like terms. You always look for if it has a variable or if it doesn't. So, and you always take the sign in front of the number. So in this case, you would combine the 40x and the 10x, add them together. So it would be 50x. So then the equation on both sides would be 10x minus 50 equals 30 plus 50x. Then you try to get the variable on one side instead of both. So in this case, I will subtract the 10x on both sides. Bring the x with you. So you cancel both of them out instead of just canceling the number without the variable. So you cancel that out. So then it would be negative 50 equals 30 plus 40x. Then you just solve a multi-step equation. So you subtract the 30 on both sides to cancel it out. So then 50 will turn into negative 80 equals 40x, and then you go ahead and cancel that out with division on both sides. 40, don't bring down the x. We'll bring down the x after. So divide that, and that will give you x equals negative 2. And that's the answer. Example number 3 is no solution, meaning there is no solution for x in this equation. You can't solve, you can't solve solve for x in this one. So it's an equation on both sides, or a variable on both sides. So just like this one, you need to get the variable on one side, but once you do minus 7x on both sides. Since both of them up here are 7x, they both cancel out, just like this one. The other one cancels out because they're the same thing. So then you're left with 30 equals negative 832. And that is a no solution because positive 30 is not equal to negative 32, negative 832. So you would write no solution. Or just cross out the equal sign. That's also the sign. The next example is infinite solution, meaning the solution, trying to solve it, will go on forever. So both sides are the same. So if you try to solve this like a variable on both sides equation, you go ahead and subtract on both sides subtract on both sides 22x, and then they can't both cancel out like no solution. But the catch is, once you bring the negative 83 and negative 83 down, it will be negative 83 equals negative 83. They do equal. And why you stop it there and just say infinite solution is because even if you would try to cancel them both out, they will cancel out. They both cancel out, and then it will be 0 is 0. And then you can keep going and say, oh, well, you can't subtract or multiply 0 by 0. Well, you practically can, but this would be identified as positive 0. So you would do negative 0, and it'll still be 0, 0, 0, 0. So it's infinite solution, because that is the solution of the problem. So you either put the infinite sign or you put infinite solution. And that is it.